Northside is a church that I would go to. Most pastors can't say that. Northside is not perfect, and that's kind of what makes it special, is we know that we're not perfect.
And we're still a work in progress as Northside, but I can see the progress in the 6 years we've been here.
We try to struggle and strive together to connect our faith to the world around us, to where those things aren't in two separate boxes.
Pastor Courtney says, in her benediction, she says, "You're welcomed here, not in spite of who you are, but because of who you are, a beloved child of God."
I don't think that we strive to have an easy faith here, but a real one.
I have been told that sometimes Northside becomes the church of those who might have just about given up on church.
And for me, I try to be more faithful than right, more loving than right. And throughout Northside's history, I think that what the church has tried to do is say, what's the most faithful choice for us? What is the most loving choice for us and for our community?
There were questions about how me, as a person of color, not only serving as a staff member, but as a member here, in what ways did I need to be supported? What are things that I needed to hear?
And so if somebody's a person who is struggling and wrestling with what faith means for them today, or as they grow up, or as circumstances change and grate against what they've been raised to believe in, Northside's a place to flesh that all out with people who are going to walk beside you.
Who do we trust with our kids?
Right. To when we are not there.
Yeah.
To parent them.
Yeah. I mean, these were baptized here.
Yeah.
She's on the way to being baptized.
Right.
And I trust this church.
Right.
That they're
developing, they're
help
helping
them
us
in that journey.
and help us.
Yeah.
Northside kind of has a reputation in the community of being different, would be the gracious way of saying it. Some people would just call us flat out weird. And most of those people have never stepped foot in the building.
And Mary Jane and one of our real good friends, Cynthia Tucker, became the first two women deacons, probably in the state of Mississippi, in this church.
I think it's because we entertain questions and difference, and we might land theologically in places that other churches don't. A member has often said to me that Northside
is small enough to need you and your family and your talents, and
big enough to wrap its arms around you. Or another Northsider has told me, you don't come into Northside and remain anonymous.
And they know all of us. They want to know, hey, what's Raina been doing? Or, hey, how's Owen doing on the soccer field? Or when's Liam's next band competition?
People are going to know that you're here, and they're going to want to know your story. We are a different place. We're a people who are going to learn and think critically. We're a congregation historically of educators.
They all seem to be seekers, and questioners, instead of just someone telling you, these are the answers. This is the exact way God meant it to be.
Additionally, our worship is going to be different. We follow the liturgical calendar. We have traditional music in worship. I wear a robe every Sunday, so does all of our pastoral staff. The kind of funny thing about Northside is our worship is pretty formal, but our attitude and our church family is very, very informal. And so it's this weird kind of mix. And I think it has to do with realizing that when we worship, it's a time set apart to glorify God. If you're looking for a place to worship, where you're loved not in spite of who you are, but precisely because of who you are, I invite you to worship here at Northside at 10:30 a.m. on Sunday mornings. And I invite you to take a few steps further to join us in Bible study and fellowship meal and trying to grow and discern how the Holy Spirit is alive and at work in our world today.